With all the electrolytics and disc caps in, it's time to move on to the diodes here. There are 8 small signal diodes, 1N4148s or 1N914s. These guys here, and I've already pre-bent the leads. And then there's 2 1N4000 series diodes. There's 2 of them here. I preformed the leads. I believe these are probably rectifier diodes up here. It looked like these 2 larger diodes up here were about 0.5 on the lead spacing. The diodes go in pretty well. I again used the lead former tool to bend these, so just going to get them both down in there. And solder them up. Because I'm pretty sure these are rectification for the plus and minus rails. Half-wave rectifier on each. Look at the schematic to know for sure, but that would be my guess here. They're near the voltage regulators. They're near the bulk filtering caps. Voltage regulators will mount down here, bulk filtering. So that would make sense. So that takes care of D10 and D11. Now we've just got a bunch of these small signal diodes, and it looked like the spacing here for the diodes is slightly less than 0.3, but I went ahead and bent these on 0.3 centers. They seemed to work okay. I didn't mention before, diodes are polarized. There's usually a white or black band on one side. On the silkscreen, there's a white band shown in the silkscreen here. Thick area, and that aligns with, you know, there's a white band on these, there's a black band on these. So make sure you get them in the right orientation. Otherwise, they won't work. And like I said, bent on 0.3s, I can get it down in there just fine. So there's 5 of them that go here. The orientation is different, so be sure to pay attention to the silkscreen. This one goes down again. So far, I've really enjoyed assembling the kit. You know, it's not been a bad kit overall. Let me get up above. Can I get this to a point where I can flex onto those without? Well, I guess I can see them there to solder. Because of all those high capacitors, these diodes should have actually gone in after the resistors. I'm not sure why the assembly order is the way it is. It's typically best to work from lowest profile to highest profile components. And this is a good example why. Because the capacitors kept me, those tall electrolytics kept me from being able to use the little holder arm here on the assembly jig to get these into position, and made it kind of difficult to rotate the arm here, but you know, not a big deal. Let's go ahead and trim the leads on the 5 of those. Now there's 3 more scattered around the board. I did spot the locations earlier to make this a little easier, but can I remember where I spotted them? There's one right there. This one's just going to have to be kind of pulled into position and the leads flailed out. There's no way to get the holding device in there. There's one over here. just bending the leads out. And there was one up here, yep, D5 up here on its side. That's the chair groaning, by the way, and not my stomach. For some reason I'm sitting on the edge of the chair and not back in the chair. I'm not sure why. It's a very inexpensive chair, although I've had it for a lot of years now. It's an IKEA chair, like a $30 IKEA desk chair that I'm actually surprised has survived this long. Oops. I said it before, I don't like it when I actually cut into the solder. That really is all the diodes. We just put 8 of them in. So, it's looking pretty nice. What do we move on to next? We've got the transistors, which we'll do in a future video, the potentiometers, the I/O jacks, sockets. So yeah, it makes sense here. So I'm going to wrap this one up here, and I'll see you in a future video.